And recording there. What's up, guys? This is Cyanok again, and I thought I'd make a new video here showing my new ship, the Freelancer, in my business hangar. And it looks pretty dang good. So I had to melt down my Aurora and my 315p toward paying for this shit, because I am a star citizen of humble means, and I miss my 315p a lot. I think eventually what I'd like to do, now that I have this ship, which I will primarily use for running blockades and exploration, and at first I didn't really care for the 325A, but now I think I do want the 325 as primarily like my dogfighting ship, because a Hornet is also going to be kind of out of my price range, and I'll admit also that I do kind of miss the look of the discount hangar. I like the dark grungy look and the catwalks and everything. I do love this ship though. So let's explore a bit. They've kind of been improving the animations a bit on the pilot walking around and getting into stuff. Here we have our holo table still. Now what I like is when you turn on the holo table, it kind of dims everything else, and I kind of wish I could keep it that way, but when you walk away the lights turn back up. Someone told me if you leave the table on, it's supposed to keep the lights dark everywhere, but I don't know if that's a bug or if that's the way it's supposed to be, or if eventually you can just toggle the lights on and off, which would be kind of cool. So let's go to our ship upgrade thing here. Let me get a little closer here. So we drag our Freelancer. I'll be honest, I actually don't love the user interface in this holo table thing. I think it could be just a, I don't know, it could be a little more streamlined. I wouldn't even mind if it was just some straight up menu you go into, and maybe there'll be the option to do that stuff later, but there's still a lot of things about ship specs that confuse me and everything. So bearing Mark 6 laser seems powerful, but I haven't spent any of my United Earth credits yet, so I'd still like to buy maybe a neutron gun or a mass driver if it becomes available in the Voyager Direct store. And then this is a little disappointing too. I think they just have yet to add it, but if you have like say a 315p, then you can look at the engines and the power plant of that ship and everything else, and even the tractor beam. Of course, maybe I could look at a tractor beam here if I bought one. But for now, they just appear as these, what's that, a dodecahedron? Yeah, so I kind of like the moody lighting here in the business hangar, but you know, you walk away and everything, it gets bright again. Just not a big deal. I'll get in my ship in a minute, but so just a reminder, this is the hangar module on a GTX 560Ti. I think it's running a little better. I mean, they haven't fully optimized it at all yet, but it still seems to be running a little smoother than when I first installed this thing. I'm actually not on the highest settings. This is just on high setting, not very high, and that still looks pretty good. I love the lighting. I love the way the I mean, you could use just the, you know, you can see the lines there in between, but just, man, the Cry 3 engine just looks awesome. There's a lot of debate about what this thing is right here, this big, looks like it could be just a little automated turret, but I think it's supposed to be something else. That or they don't even know what it is. It was discussed in an episode of Wingman's Hangar, but I can't remember what Rob said it was. So we can get in our elevator. So yeah, I've only got one ship, so it's not that exciting, but and I wonder if I did have multiple ships, would I have a catwalk that I could walk out there? Like maybe this is how I'm seeing it with only a single ship. Look at the cool effects here of the glass, like you can see it looking all kind of distorted there. I really like that. But yeah, I can't do a single thing up here other than run to the other side. I wish I had a catwalk that I could kind of get out and get a good look at the turret there. That I could just walk up to the side of my ship. because I can't even jump on top of my ship that I can, as far as I can tell. I used to be able to do that in my discount hangar with the just jumping off the catwalk, or I would even just get out onto the ship and climb up it from the wing of the 315. So we go back down here and let's go inside the ship. Yeah, the guns on this thing just look totally wicked, don't they? I love the way that looks. I wonder what these little things are too. There's been a lot of complaints too about the visibility in the Freelancer cockpit, and you know, that is something that you should kind of consider when you're getting a ship is, ah geez, sorry about that. You know, one thing I also liked about the other ships that I had is I could just leave the entrance open and just walk manually in and out. But yeah, that's one thing you have to consider when getting a ship is the visibility in the cockpit, because some will have better visibility than others. That's supposed to be a game mechanic. You know, in Wing Commander, and you could turn the cockpit view off and just have the HUD showing. But here, as we get in, show our, no, hang on. You can see our pilot there, getting in. But yeah, so here's our view of the cockpit. You know, we can see a little more out the top there, but this is very limited visibility, and that can really affect things. I think they said they're going to try to improve it a little bit on the Freelancer, but only to a point, because like I said, that is the you know, part of the game mechanic. You can look at our pilot there kind of messing with the joystick. So yeah, I'm trying to put it, there we go, the fixed camera here. So yeah, here we can get a really nice look of it. I do love this ship. I will probably not strive toward getting a Constellation. That's a little too much ship for me. I don't see myself playing very often with like actual crew, you know. I could have NPC crew possibly, manning turrets and stuff, but the bigger a ship you get, the more crew you need in order to run it efficiently. Otherwise all that power and extra space is going to waste. But speaking of extra space, you know, this is still something I struggle with these bigger ships as well, is like, and this isn't a complaint necessarily, but you know, we have these things like, you got a little kitchen area. Well, the Constellation has a much bigger kitchen area. This really just has like a table and a sink. I do like that they include the bathroom. Where's the bathroom? Right there. Yeah, just a little toilet. That has much wanting for privacy though. It just seems like a clear window that people can just, you know, watch me go to the bathroom in. But so I have all this extra space, and I'm sure eventually these seats will become functional and I can sit in them, but why do I necessarily need to? Because, I mean, when you're playing the game, you're sitting in your chair in real life regardless, so having these amenities inside the ship, I'm just wondering if they'll have any added function other than just to kind of be this cool aesthetic thing, you know. So, you know, they talk about like a hypersleep thing. If you're traveling from one system to another, you can go to sleep, and I'm not exactly sure what that would do. You can crawl into your ship, and I'd like to think that on longer voyages, there are times where you're not just autopiloting everywhere. You do have to wait real time. So maybe if you crawled into your bed and you look up at the ceiling, then you can, that's just going to put us in the other seat, then you can look up and play some mini games or something from a sort of touchpad, like tablet style screen or something like that. Otherwise, I'm not sure what the purpose is of having a dining room table or a bed or some of these other things. All I'm saying is that I hope they do add some functionality to that, because otherwise I'm not sure what the purpose of it is. But it's still all very... I used to be able to open this. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but this aft hatch where you could load cargo in, there's the little way to the turret. Eventually they'll make that accessible to players. There was a video of Chris Roberts the other day for the AMD presentation getting into the turret of the Constellation, and it was pretty awesome, and that thing's got a wicked turret on it. But yeah, I used to be able to open this. Maybe there's a control panel I'm missing somewhere. This whole little area right there, I would open that. Alright. Whoops. But yeah, we're gonna need some furnishings in this ship. So yeah, now that I got the Freelancer, I'm very happy with, you know, the ship I would use for my exploration purposes. And I would like to think that running a blockade could be very, very lucrative, so I'm hoping that's a cool thing I'll get to do often in this ship. So let's just get back out and look around one more time. I just log in every now and then just to look at it, and I kind of hope that as they patch it, you know, eventually they'll kind of fix some of the things that I'm concerned about. I know it sounds kind of lame, but like truly I wish that, like, when I see you get near it and it gets dark, and that's cool, like I understand the purpose behind that. I just hope eventually they make it a thing that you can toggle on and off just the lights manually, and I'm pretty sure they will. So this thing has quite a few hard points for weapons. And is this a torpedo? I'm not even sure. I don't know what kinds of missiles these are, but my guess is this is a torpedo. It's supposed to be a pretty fast ship too. But as always, like, you know, what they're doing at the Kryth range and the lighting effects just look incredible. I keep meaning to hit K here. Maybe I think you can only do that when you're in the ship. I was trying to get another look at my pilot. Anyway, well, as far as recording, my frame rate is actually getting kind of low here. I can't wait till they come out with like a default female pilot. I think the salvaging mechanic's going to be female by default, but it will be cool once we can start actually customizing these pilots, and it should be pretty interesting. I really wish I knew what this thing was. I should watch that episode again. I think they talked about it, but it looks like it should just be a turret. It should be or a hard point. Like, I don't know, that just seems like a place you would want to stick a gun, you know? Otherwise I'm not sure what else it is. Yeah, so I kind of missed the discount hangar a little bit. I'm hoping before the dogfighting module comes out that I'll have the 325A, because that's what I'm going to want to do combat with mostly. But I want to get some practice in with this thing as well, because this thing's not going to be as maneuverable. But pretty cool stuff. A lot of the other simple bugs, such as floating around, just all the little glitches and getting stuck in walls, that's been largely fixed. So man, just even look at the way like things reflect off the floor. God, it looks amazing. Alright, so there it is. There's my Freelancer, my one humble Freelancer, and you know, I could always melt it down and get some of those other ships back, like the Aurora or a 300 ship, but I think I'll just keep pledging for Star Citizen toward at least having a 325A with lifetime insurance, and then I'll probably be pretty satisfied at that point. So, oh yeah, so the frame rate's taking a dip there a bit. I still think, you know, it has a lot of optimization to go. I'm seriously getting about 20 frames per second. Maybe I'm even running some programs that I forgot to shut down. Yeah, I love how this place looks when it's all dark. I like all the glowing panels everywhere. But then you move away and it gets bright again. So there's a lot of cool details if you just take a moment to just walk around and look at some of these things. And like I said, I haven't spent any of my UEC. I haven't bought any decorations for my ship. Or not the ship, but the hangar, you know. But really, I kind of want to spend my UEC on some weapon upgrades for this thing. So, alright guys, well thanks for watching. I'll make another video if I get my 325A, or even if I get a new GPU, I'd like to make a new video. But this is it, running on a GTX 560Ti. And for the most part, looks pretty good. Not running on very high, but just high. You know, I can't imagine doing dogfighting with a ton of ships flying around and not having upgraded my car by then. So here's to hoping I can by then. But for now though, this still looks pretty dang good. I love the ambient sounds in the hangar too. Alright, well thanks for watching. I'll see you.